But welcome. Should we jump in? Welcome, welcome, ladies, to our fifth. Hi, Yvonne.
Yvonne's here today.
Baby. This is our fifth freaking, excuse my language, wind down with Lived, guys. 5.
Yes, Bella B.
Yeah.
Hi, baby Yvonne. Bella.
We have two
Today
moms,
we are touching on body image and complexion. Are you guys ready to dive in? Should we do a warm up? A warm up question.
Oh, we should do an intro for our newbies.
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. So, how do you guys feel about this week so far? What did we just drop?
The site and the shirts.
What did you just drop? What did you just drop? You gotta say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. Sorry, y'all. Not say it with your chest. It's breast milk too.
We did a thing, guys. We freaking launched our website and we dropped these lovely, lovely t-shirts. Thank you all so much for supporting, for all the reshares, the love, the texts, the calls, oh my gosh, you guys are killing it. We really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, we didn't know all of this was gonna happen, but with faith, hard work, tears, sleepless nights, I'm kidding.
No, sleepless nights. Sleepless nights.
Thank you all so much. We really, really appreciate all of the love and support.
Yes, thank you.
It feels so surreal. We've been at this for over a year and a half now. And in case you guys didn't know, we're going to quickly introduce ourselves because I think we have a few new followers that are joining us. So I will start with Lexis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lexis. I am the L to live.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa. I'm the V of Lived.
Hi, everyone. I am Elizabeth, the E of Lived.
Hey, everyone. I'm Deja, the D of Lived.
Thank you, ladies. Oh, my goodness. So I have a few questions here prepared for tonight's Wind Down with Lived. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always
So
stay ready. So you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to start with a fun one first. Our topic today, just to reiterate again, is body image and complexion. What does being a brown-skinned girl mean to you?
Man.
Should I? I told you guys it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to. What does it mean to be a brown-skinned girl? What does being a brown-skinned girl mean to you?
Nobody want to jump in? No?
Okay, I'm trying to think.
I'll jump in.
So for everyone that's watching, this is the realness of it. We don't prep for any of these. These are on the spot, okay? On the spot.
No one looked at your questions.
No one exactly. No one knows what I'm going to ask them. So what does being a brown-skinned girl mean to you?
Brown skin girl.
Okay, so I'll jump in because I guess everybody's kind of marinating on the question. But for me, the first word that came up was power. I feel like brown-skinned women, brown-skinned girls are just extremely powerful. Like we don't have to literally like protect ourselves from the sun per se. You know, it's like we're just radiant in our essence. We just emit like glow. And we take that into everything that we do. Yeah. So I'll just drop that little seed.
Okay. Thank you for that. Alexis, do you want to go?
Yeah. the word that came to my mind is sexy.
Okay.
Brown skin, sexy. And just, I don't know. Yeah, I think of sexy. I like how certain like colors pop on my skin, you know, when I wear clothes.
Right.
My skin glistens during summer and spring, fall, winter.
Okay.
So, when I was younger, I think it was challenging for me to accept my brown skin just because lighter skin seemed like it was more ideal. But yeah, I just think it's sexy, it's beautiful, and I just embrace it now and forever.
I love that. Love it. Thank you for sharing, Lex. Vanessa, what does being a brown skinned girl mean to you?
Brown skin girl means to me, it means being rich in everything, rich in flavor, rich in culture, rich in lifestyle, rich in money.
Diverse.
You got it. Just rich in everything all around. I feel like as a woman, as a brown skinned woman, we hold a lot. We birth a lot into the the universe, and it's because of us that a lot of things exist. And credit needs to be given where it needs to be given. So I feel like the brown skinned woman is rich in every aspect of her life.
I love that. Okay, you guys are dropping gems. Okay. What does being a brown skinned girl mean to me? For me, it means the blueprint. The blueprint of pretty much everything. You get what I mean? I feel like we just emulate the ooze of everything authentic to unique to making it. You get what I mean? That's what being a brown skinned girl means to me. You walk in and all eyes on you kind of deal. You know what I mean? You bring the spark, you bring the color, you own the room. That's what being a brown skinned girl means to me.
Yeah. Chocolate.
Yeah, on the room, on the room.
Baby Yvonne learning early.
So Lex, I'm gonna start with you. Since you were touching on a subject that I was going to go into. So you spoke about when you were growing up, you not being, as comfortable in your brown skin as you are now today. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, what part of your body, were you most insecure about?
I like this question.
That's probably when I was a kid, probably my whole damn body, honestly.
Stop it! No way!
I think it was everything. For sure I feel like my size, I was always very small. I'm still like generally a small person, like petite.
Right.
So I think it was like my size. I was always really tiny. And I think when I was a kid, I have very like strong facial features. So I had like, I've always had full lips and high cheekbones from a child. So I think those as well, maybe. So probably like my size and my cheekbones and my lips at the time as a kid wasn't something ideal.
So what made you feel insecure? Like, is there something in particular that like made you feel insecure about your lips, your cheeks, your lips? Yeah,
so people would say things like, when you're a kid, kids can be mean, and sometimes adults too, like, are you eating your vegetables, are you not eating enough? And I would eat, but I just I was very small. So I think like just people saying things like that, or kids saying, you have big lips, like, but I used to try to play it off like, so what if I have big lips?
Right. Do they call you? Oh, we're not gonna do the acronym. We're not gonna do it.
Nah, I know what you about to say, but no, I never got that. I got always like you
I'm
have
not
the
gonna do the
lips.
acronym.
And just yeah, the cheekbones. I don't think I did get some people that told me from young you have a nice smile, but I didn't believe them then because people used to be like, your lips are so full, you know, but my features, most of my strong features are from my mom. So,
Right.
yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Who wants to go next? So I'll go with Deja.
Yeah, similar to Lexus. I think it was because I was more on the slimmer side, and like especially people in my family, like the women in my family were more like curvy and things like that. And then on top of that, I was also tall. You know, I had like a crazy growth spurt from like 8th grade to 9th grade where I grew like maybe 3 inches and I became like 5'9" overnight basically. And so I got, you know, ragged on because of my height. I was taller than most of the guys at the time.
Right.
And, you know, my nose was always like wider. And yeah, it was back. So I actually became like kind of like a mean girl in a way where I'm like, I mean, it's like human nature. Like if you put somebody's back against the wall, they're going to fight. So I naturally just started to develop this whole thing of like, well, you're not going to use this against me. You know, I'm going to use this back against you. Sorry, Kyle. I'll be right back.
No worries. No worries. No, thank you. Vanessa?
So growing up, I had a lot of like body, like, I don't know, not liking how I looked. Typically because I was darker skinned than the rest of my friends, and also going to a private school. Private school kids is mean. I think they're meaner than public school kids.
I don't think so.
I think it's because they hide behind uniform.
Middle school kids are horrible.
Horrible. I'm too scared for my kids, but okay. Next topic. So I used to be on the heavier side growing up. Like I'm still like, you know, I still see myself as like, you know, plus or like a little bit heavier, but it's totally fine because it's beautiful in itself. But I used to have like bigger legs than everyone, and
Right.
they would be like, oh, she has big legs, and then so before back in the day when butts weren't like a big thing, so I used to wear a skirt just to private school, Catholic school. So the way in which my skirt would angle, people would be like, why is the back of her skirt higher than the front? Like, it's not supposed to be like that. And I'm like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Like, I just bought the skirt and I put it on.
Right.
Is my butt gonna betray me, Lord? Like, that's really how it was all my entire life. But I grew to learn that this is how it was made and I have to accept it, no matter what it was. There were periods in time where like I wanted to change how I looked, but with reassurance from family and like friends that looked like me, everything was totally fine. So I've grown to love myself even more. And now that brown skin, black skin is like it's like you feel more comfortable now because you see. Sorry, guys. Because you see yourself more on the screen, so you feel more comfortable. But I wish what we had now, as far as social media presence, was there back in the day, so that we would feel comfortable. I think the usage of internet has like really blown everything like into the big screen for us to see how it is now. Before, we didn't even think about these things to like magnify it and, you know, make it what it is now.
Yeah. I just want to add to that real quick. Like Vanessa, I think you nailed it, because when you have access to like social media and you're able to see like all of these representations of people around the world, you no longer feel alone or feel isolated. Like you can see people who have similar body types or who are embracing their you know, their beauty in their own way. And it'll give you then permission to do the same. So I think that's a really great point.
Inspiration. It inspires.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you for that. Like, I mean, you all said pretty much everything, you know. For me, growing up, my insecurity would have been, I am naturally athletically built. So for me, it was more so like I would get these little comments by like family members about like, oh, like you look so much like a little boy. Like I was like, I had like naturally, like I was like naturally toned, especially my legs. I have like nice calves, what I consider beautiful calves now, you know what I mean? And like growing up, it was just not the same. Like, you know, my mom always would want me to wear like a dress or a skirt, and I would just feel so like uncomfortable. You get what I mean? Because like that one person said that one thing that one time, and it just stuck. You know what I mean? Like that's what's like. It's very we have to be very careful, in like what we say to like especially little kids, because you just never know what would like resonate with them. And honestly speaking, the only way I was able to like get over that over the years, I realized that like, people pay to get these calves. I'm like, so you're telling me I'm like a freaking liquid gold? Like people pay to look like me naturally. You know what I mean? So that was just like a boost for me. I was just like, oh, I have something that like no one else has. Like this is amazing. This is great, you know? But it definitely took a personal journey on my end to get to get there for sure. But yeah, it's definitely tough dealing with insecurities, and it's not really the best feeling in the world, because as women especially, we nitpick at that one thing and we just keep focusing on it, whereas some other person love that one thing that we have, you know what I mean? So we just need to be more appreciative of this one body that we have and just love it accordingly, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I touched on a little bit on my next question, but I'll let someone else can jump in. When did your perception of your body change?
Give me 1 second.
Sure, I'll jump into that. It changed honestly when I started college. When I started, because honestly, when you leave outside of your environment of what you would naturally like, or like what you see in general, and you go into a different environment and you start seeing different things, you're like, wait, oh, that's okay. Like you start like asking yourself, like, what am I bugging out about? Like I think when I entered into like college my freshman year, and I realized that there was more people that looked like me, and I was just like, this is just a normal thing. Like it's not like what they were telling me back in the hood was you know confirmed on paper. Like there's people out there that you know they look just like me, and their bodies probably betrayed them before in different outfits, and I'm just like, let me just go and join them in that group, because you know I can at least you know associate myself with them, or like feel like I'm seen and I'm not being ridiculed in a different fashion than I was like back at home. So I think going to school away gave me that new perception of like it's okay to look the way you look, because there's people across the board from different places that come to college from different states, countries that transfer in. So you get to see an array of different what beauty is in college. Like you get to see exactly what beauty, the definition of beauty is.
That's amazing. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Who else wants to jump in?
Yeah.
Lex,
you're gonna. Oh.
When did you start being comfortable with your body?
I think it was probably maybe my freshman year of college. So I didn't do my freshman year at Albany. I did it somewhere else, but I think then I had started to become more confident in my body, because by high school I was already comfortable with my face, because I was like one of those pretty girls. So I was like getting hit on by guys. So by high school, my face wasn't something I was too concerned about. It was more so my body. So I think by freshman year is when I started, and I really don't know what made me feel confident. I think being able to wear, like I started wearing certain clothes. And not that I was scandalous, but you know, I was just showing, you know, things like my stomach, my belly, or you know, leather skirts and heels, and I was like, you know, Beyonce's inspiring over here, you know. So yeah,
and Lex loved her some Beyonce, guys. She loves Beyonce.
I mean, I just over time, yeah. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne. Yvonne has something to say too, guys.
Right now, she doing her thing, y'all. She'll be back up.
Little baby model.
Want me to go?
Yeah, I'll jump in. I think I was in like 2 waves. I think it started in college, and definitely going from like tomboy phase to like being around you ladies, you guys introducing me to like makeup and like different types of like dresses and things like that. I think I started to get more confident about like my legs and things like that. And that was good. Like that was a solid foundation. Like I saw you guys learning and loving on yourselves, and that really like inspired me, like, oh, like to embrace the things that I've like kind of like hated about myself. And then definitely it was motherhood. It was the birthing process. It changed me overnight, because you don't realize, like, the books and stuff that they write, they don't tell you all of the changes that your body actually goes through. And Vanessa, you know this, like we've talked about this, like your organs that have been pushed up for 9 months, you know, it's like they finally going back down into your stomach, and your stomach is changing colors, and it's a lot of things that happen to your body. And I'm like, I literally just pushed a life into this world. Like, can't nobody tell me shit about anything. Like, no one can tell me a goddamn thing about anything, because I literally just brought another soul into this world. Like, how dare a man or anybody, the media or anybody, say anything about the miraculous thing I just did? And especially when you have a birth where you're like, you know, it's like risky and things like that, like near death experience kind of thing. Really, nobody can tell you anything. So I think motherhood really gave me that confidence, like, wow, I can like birth a life and nurture a life afterwards, and you know, you just accept me as I am. So
hell yeah.
No, that's amazing.
Touche, girl. Shoot. Tell them about them organs moving up and down. It ain't a good thing.
Not the organ.
Vanessa's like, I know.
Listen,
did it twice.
2 of them things, okay?
I got 2 of them things.
Y'all got me out here scared. I might have to wait.
You got me out here sweating.
I can't.
I know I got this fan, huh? Okay.
Oh man. So for me, I think I resonate with what Lexus said the most, because I feel like I'm very expressive with clothes, especially shoes. So for me, like getting comfortable in my calves actually came like junior year in high school. Actually, junior year in high school, when I went to we had like this what is it called? I think it was either junior year of like, or end of senior year of high school, where we had to like go away to this like ranch or whatever, and we rode horses. And at the time, I had these riding boots that I loved so much. Like, I just loved them. And I remember getting on them, and like the reason why I like got the riding boots were because, oh, they would cover my calves or whatever. They would like just hold up. And like I remember standing there and like, you know, waiting for the horse to come by, and there's just random guy in my little trench coat, like just like with my hat on, like I had the whole like outfit on, and he was like, "Wow, are you like an equestrian or whatever? It's equestrian or whatever." Yeah. And he was like, "No," he was like, "No, I love your boots. Like they're holding up right. That you just look so like you belong here." And like, just hearing that, I was just like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, look at myself. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it was one of those, like, aha.
As Oprah would say.
It was one of those, like, aha like, yeah, like some people's like, he said something about like some people don't look like good in those riding boots or something like that. And I was just like, you know what? That's funny. In my head, I said to myself, I was like, that's funny that he said that, because I'm actually trying to cover something that I'm quote unquote so like insecure about. And here's this person telling me like, that's liquid gold. You know what I mean? So for me, like, it started then, and like from then on, I was like, I am going. My alarm for something else is going off. I'm going to play around with capri pants. I'm going to play around with mini skirt. I'm going to play around with every single thing you can think of that has to do with legs. Like, I'm going to play around with it. And like, you know, coming to college, I feel like I fully, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I fully like was my own person when I got to college, for sure. I feel like I was even more expressive in college than anything. I wanted to try any and every look there is, you know? So yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely been a journey, but I'm thankful to be here. Ain't nobody can tell me shit about my style. Never.
And now you are the queen of the boots and the queen of the straps.
I'm the queen of literally every boot cut, every listen,
every strappy
shoe you can think of.
Period.
Exactly. Oh man. So I'm gonna dive into something a little bit more fun. What does hot girl summer look like for you?
Ooh, honey. As the youngins would say, hot girl summer.
Listen.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're trying to get people in trouble.
Well, I'll just start to say that I'm going to do a disclaimer, y'all. I'm happily married, so my hot girl wife summer.
It's okay. What does hot girl summer mean to you, Vanessa? Go ahead.
Of course. Listen. I still go out, y'all. I'm not trapped in the house, you know. So when I do go out, I got a curfew. I got to come back to the children. But what it means to me is to, what I said in our live video, is to live your life without any measure. So pretty much, when you do go out, you make sure that you're living in the moment and not like trying to capture it on your phone to relive it later. A lot of people, not a lot of people, I think this generation is really soaked in the lifestyle of recording and like TikToking and stuff like that, and not being immersed in the actual moment. Like, you want to be able to say, like, I felt relieved on my vacation, and not like, oh, I didn't get a chance to be aesthetically pleasing on my vacation. I feel like, to me, a hot girl summer should be, you should be able to like feel free and not be tied to like the social media and like the trying to prove yourself on platforms. Just be yourself and like be free and be free spirited and go with the motion, go with the momentum.
Right.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off that, there's nothing wrong with recording yourself, because I do it a lot. I love recording myself. I love looking. I love being aesthetically pleasing. There's nothing wrong with it. You can be both, for sure. Whatever hot girl summer that looks for you, for sure. For me, hot girl summer, I feel like a lot of people sexualize what hot girl summer is as like a negative connotation to you, for you to like go wild, be like, you know, very, what is it called, provocative or whatever. For me, hot girl summer is living your life and living it to the fullest, if that makes sense. Because we've gone through 2020 where we've been stuck at home. There's nothing, there was nothing we could have done. So hot girl summer is like a relaunch of, or rebirth of ourselves. So that's what hot girl summer means to me, at least.
Right.
Okay. Lexus, you're next.
Girl summer. Yeah, I think it's very similar to what Vanessa and Liz just said. I think There's that freedom there. You're enjoying yourself. You're doing what you want to do. And, you know, you're not apologizing for anything. You're just enjoying whatever floats your boat. And, you know, whatever floats your boat. And yeah, I mean, you ain't gotta tell nobody you're a grown ass woman.
Exactly. It's true. We're about to be we're going to
Y'all about to be 30. I'm about to be 25.
Yeah, y'all about to be 30. Y'all about to be 30.
25.
Not me.
Don't be throwing my number out here, Liz.
I know.
Did you see me look away? I ain't 30. Who that number for?
Right.
I'm 25.
That's it.
Seriously. Purr. Oh man, you guys are hilarious.
No, I'm complete.
Deja, you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, you guys said it all. I really think that Hot Girl Summer is really about like taking back your power.
Correct.
Not letting anyone define you. You going out and like exploring. Like for me, being in, you know, a new quote unquote new city and things popping up every day, and there's just things to do. And like you said, Liz, like we were on lockdown pretty much, you know, like almost 2 years. So
Yeah,
it's just like, you know, just going out and not having to need anyone per se to be fulfilled, but just like being on your own wave, operating in your own time, in your own space, and like just exploring yourself and what you like and living that to the fullest. So that's pretty much what it means for me. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is amazing. So let me see. I want to throw you guys a curveball. I don't want to go for the script right now. I'm going to throw you guys a curveball.
I'm throwing curveballs all night.
Just like, you know, calm.
Don't let Liz host anymore.
The night just started.
That first question, I'm like, crickets. Who answered it first?
What is, I don't want to say one thing because I can tell my younger self a numerous amount of things. I would say, what are certain things you would tell your younger self now? Going back to our theme, which is body image and complexion.
And what age is this? Is this like child? I'm a little
It can
girl?
be just, it can be literally, it can be last year you, 8-year-old you, it can be 5-year-old you, like whatever age you felt like maybe you needed like a boost the most. Just tell your younger self, like, what would you tell your younger self as an adult now?
That's an amazing question.
Yeah.
Thanks, girls. Thank
That
you.
is.
I'm gonna jump in. So for me, I would definitely tell my younger, like preteen self that don't change or stifle your voice, your appearance, your attitude, your intellect. Don't stifle any of that, because that is what is going to carry you. That's what's going to nurture you. That is what's going to just give you the push that you need for the rest of your life. Like that is what you are here to represent and what you're here to be. It's like moving forward with your full light and your power and your truth and your glory. Like don't ever suppress that at all. Just keep pushing forward. Keep bringing that into every space that you move into, whether it's work related or friend related or whatever, dating, wherever you are enough. You're more than enough. So that, man, that's a great question, Liz.
Oh, thank you.
That's a good question.
You guys know I mean, you know, I have tricks up my sleeves. I don't have sleeves right now, but off my cap, you know, a beautiful shirt. I mean, always promoting.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't suppress. That's my whole thing. Like, do not suppress yourself. Be fully expressed. Yeah.
I love that. Love that.
I feel like I want to go next because
Go for it.
Come on with it.
Do it.
so I think also it would be preteen. Preteen is like 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would definitely tell Lexus then, like me visiting her, like I'll be like, hey girl, I'm your future you.
Right.
And
You're like, yes, fabulous woman.
Right.
I'm here to tell you that the people who are saying things negative, people, what they're trying to do, and they probably don't know this, they're trying to dim your light, you know, subconsciously they're doing this. They're gonna work to dim your light, and then what's gonna wind up happening if you allow it is you're going to play small, and it's gonna impact you in many different areas of your life, you know, like career, education, relationships, finance. So that's one thing. I would also inform her, like, don't worry, because you're going to have people chasing you. You're going to have people interested in you.
Hey now.
You're going to have people complimenting
Hey
you.
now. How many in college? How many was it in college?
No,
Girl, every semester,
we're not
I was like,
go there. We're not gonna go.
We're not gonna go there. Yvonne said no.
Saying. Just saying.
yeah, you don't act right. Bye.
Okay.
But it was, I'd tell her that, and I'd also tell her, you know, the self-love that probably wasn't taught from young. It's going to be something you're going to discover on your own good time. But I would reinforce self-love, you know, to trust yourself, and don't listen to what other people say, because people perpetuate stuff all the time. It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
But it can impact you in many ways if you allow it.
Absolutely. Definitely. Wow. Speaking gems. Like, everything you guys said was like resonating with me. For me, what I would tell my younger self, I would say about around 13, 14, 15, 16, right around one of those. I think those were the times that like I really struggled with who I really wanted to be as a person here. Because I really, really, really cared about, to some extent, I still care about what my family thinks of me, because, you know, I'm the oldest. It's just like ingrained in my DNA to just naturally be like the responsible one or whatever. But I feel like being always in that space, to some extent, kind of, I wouldn't say dim my light, but like I had to basically play small in certain instances where it's like, you know, if I do this person's going to say something to my father, and, you know, their perception means so much to my dad or my mom, you know what I mean? I don't want my parents to be like disappointed in me. And then like, that's just like, it was just like a whole spiral where like I created this internal bully. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always criticizing whatever I did, and like, you know, I have to be strategized in like every decision I make, because I always reside in the future. What's my future self going to be like? I'm naturally like that, but now I've learned to be more forgiving of myself and like take time to actually like, you know what, no matter what what's the worst thing that could happen? That's what I always come back to. What's the worst thing that could happen? You know, I think I would tell my younger self to just live your life, and like people are always going to say something, whether you're a freaking Oprah Winfrey or you're freaking nobody, you know what or not to say nobody, but like even if you're not, you die tomorrow, You know what I mean? People are always going to say something. So I think to give less of a F.
Just a less of an F.
And like for me, it's more so. I think my thing resided more towards like family members and like extended family members rather than friends. I feel like with friends, it was I know myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm me. So I didn't care on that end. But like with family members, because that's my family, that's my blood. You know, it kind of it hits home more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that would be me. Vanessa?
Yes. So, what would I say to my preteen self or any age? I would say that my confidence or her confidence, you should hold firm onto that, and that's your truth. Whatever you're confident in, that's your truth, and no one can write that for you. I feel like when I was growing up, I wasn't like, I would speak and I feel like the room wouldn't hear me, or like I wouldn't be seen, or like I wouldn't have like that ground like the other girl would have. Like I felt like, oh, I'm just talking, so no one can really hear me. I think that's like the only advice that I would give to my younger self, only because you carry that with you along the entire process of your growth, your from childhood, adulthood. Like once someone shatters that depicts your entire your entire life in a sense, unless you find a way to change it and then rebuild from there. So I would say like to hold grasp of how you feel confident and not to let anyone rewrite it for you or write it or dictate it for her. Because I think during my teens, because again, I was a darker, more heavier woman, and everyone that around me was a little bit more slimmer or had a little bit more like where like I don't want to say like proportion wise, but I just didn't look like them. So I didn't have confidence. Like I would walk by and someone would be like, oh, she looks really nice. It would be like my friend or like the person behind me. So not that I wanted attention or anything like that, but I wanted the same confidence that other people had around me to like move the room. I have that now, granted. But I think then
Claim that, honey.
Claim that, honey.
I have that now, granted. I think I
listen,
like,
Vanessa has I'll just hold it to myself, okay?
No, but
she has booty goals, okay?
Listen.
She has booty goals, boobed goals, body goals.
I'm telling you.
If you watch our video, if you watch our video on YouTube,
y'all gonna stop.
You
y'all
will see Vanessa sitting pretty
about a video.
Vanessa has the cushion of God.
Listen, y'all. Don't pay no mind to them, okay? I didn't know what I was building back in the day. Clearly, I was building an umbrella. But
listen, BBL wear. Okay.
But like I was saying, I would tell her, keep your confidence because that's your ground and your foundation. That's your root. And that's going to build your branches when you get older. Right. So that's what I have now. I have plethora of branches and leaves, and they don't feather in the wind. So no one can come knock me down because that's how confident I am. That's it.
Yes.
Yes. Woo. That was amazing, Vanessa. Like, killed
Thank
it. Close it. Close it. That's it. That's it. No, you guys were amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think it definitely takes a whole different courage to, put yourself out there and like, speak about your insecurities, speak about the things you're even proud of. You know what I mean? Speak about the things you love about yourself. It takes a confident woman, to do that. I really appreciate you guys always being so confident and, always lifting each other up, in this space and outside of this space. And, I love that so much. I do want to close it out. I don't want to close it out as of yet, but I do, simply because I don't want Instagram to cut us off. That's the only reason why. I could keep going.
They will kick you.
But no, guys, I just want to reiterate that, you guys are individually amazing. Together, we're a freaking firecracker. We're freaking dominating everything that we do. love us so much. I can't wait for the world to see every single thing that we have in store for Lived, and even individually what we have going on. I really can't wait for them to see it. I think we're killing it. We're amazing, amazing women, and I'm so happy and blessed to have you guys in my life. Don't want to get, you know, too mushy and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this, you know, dropping the campaign really, really solidified the way that I feel about you guys. You guys are go-getters. You guys are hardworking. You guys are always, you know, there to pick me up when I'm like, you know, down or sad or whatever it is. Always appreciate our bond, and I'll forever cherish that. Thank you so much for always bringing your space and your everything into this. Seriously, really appreciate it. And, you know, shameless plug, our Live t-shirt, just so you know. They're up for grabs. I do think there won't be more left. I'm putting that out there. Just saying, they're going like hotcakes. Before we do drop our real designs, I really can't wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, do you guys have anything you want to share outside of that before we close it out?
Make sure you visit the site and also watch our About Us, get to learn more about us, and also pick up your own V-neck t-shirt, y'all.
Exactly. Lex, I think you wanted to say something.
No, Deja, go ahead. She could go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we're gonna be on YouTube.
Yes, we're gonna be on YouTube, guys. So the Instagram Live is actually a prep for us. We're putting it out there. We're launching our way into the YouTube realm, and you know, I feel like, you know, there are various platforms where guys dominate the conversation. I think it's time for us as women to tell our story and our perspective of every topic they can talk on. So we're dominating YouTube, just so you know. We're coming for you,
TikTok.
YouTube, okay?
Doing the little TikTok.
Oh, we're also on TikTok.
We're also on TikTok. We're on pretty much every platform you can think of right now. Yeah, but I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Every single one of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for your support again. It's such a blessing to be able to build a brand with my best friends, and I'm so glad you guys are seeing how amazing they are. I'm blessed. Yeah, I can't say anything else.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has liked, shared our content for the week. It's definitely been a lot of support and a lot of positive feedback. We just appreciate it for sure. And we want you guys to stay tuned. Definitely go check out our bio, watch the videos, and purchase a Lived V-neck shirt, like Vanessa and Liz just said.
I'm telling you guys, this is limited edition. This is, to get our signature on this will be hard in the next few years. I'm just telling you guys now. I've told you, I've done God's work.
She brought out that Nigerian accent. She's like,
No, but I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Deja, Vanessa, do you have anything to add before we close it up?
Love your body, love your soul.
Yes,
you are who you are, and don't let anybody, like I said in all of the other Wind Down with Lives, don't let anybody write your story. You are the author and you are the pen. So you go ahead and you strip that up and you tell a story. That's it.
Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Yeah, and to add to that, in addition to that, it's like, find your tribe, find people that build you up and pour and speak life into you and fortify you at your roots, at your branches, at your treetop, like any part of you, can fortify you through and through. So community is important.
Amen. Amen. As always, guys, to end it up, what are we gonna do? Be
The
The
woman
woman who
lived.
lived. Oh man. Mwah. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. So we're gonna do our little smile.
Hold on, get a good angle.
You guys ready? Come on, put Yvonne in it. Put Yvonne in it. Go ahead.
It's like, not my baby.
1,
Ready?
2, 3, go. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
It's the back of my head for me.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.